Them don't know what I do, and that's just it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why you did not get full marks on your SBA. So if you're interested, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And then also down below in the description, there is a CXC survival guide. You can go and check that out. There's also a study guide and different resources down below in the description, so go ahead and check those out. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Alright, so you know that your SBA is a critical part of your final grade for your CXC exams, whether or not you're doing CSEC or CAPE or you have a lab book, right? It don't matter. The SBA grade is absolutely critical. The only way you don't do an SBA, like a project SBA, is if you opted to do a paper 3, and I think it's only private candidates get that option, because once you're in high school you have to do the regular SBA, right? That is what is encouraged. So why did you get a low SBA grade? Basically, let's talk about that. And honestly, if I look back at when me did I do SBA, listen, it's very hard for work with people. Like, it's really hard to just work with people, to complete a project with people, to communicate with people, right? And bear in mind, high school, you're like 15, 16, 17, in that range, right? To 18, 19, thereabout, right? So imagine, say, okay, you work with people the same age as you, and some of them not a sense. Like, this, it's not to make it sound bad, but sometimes you get placed in groups with some people that don't have the sense, right? You know the right thing, yeah, try to tell them the right thing, yeah, try to push the right thing, but them determined to say them are wrong and strong today. So why you get a low SBA grade? The number one reason why you would get a low SBA grade if you did not follow the instructions and you were not paying attention when the teacher that got you the SBA, right? That's the number one reason. You did not follow the instructions. And the reason why you did not follow the instructions could be because you never understand what you were doing in the first place. So that's the number one reason why your SBA grade low. So if you can give back the grade and you say, no man, oh, if I get 14 or me I get 13 or 12 out of 20 and me do the work and blah blah blah. But listen, oftentimes you have to look deeper into yourself and realize, you know what, maybe there were some other factors. Maybe deep down you know the group member never do, for them part where they put in was complete rubbish. You know, them never do the proper research question. In some cases people make up data and put them SBA, like you have different situation. So you in your group, you can look into yourself and you know whether or not data was falsified, make up, or you know, so the group member part never make no sense, the graphs them with them never make no sense, it just never do good. You can look into yourself and literally know whether or not this may be good. Because I did CSEC maths twice, right? I did CSEC maths in grade 10 and I did CSEC maths in grade 11, right? So the first time I got a grade 3, the second time I did it over and got a grade 2. Let me tell you what was wrong with my SBA. During that time period was when COVID did kind of just come in, right? And me submit SBA, right? It was like supposed to be a draft or whatever, right? And me no never stay good. Because me as a student, I go look for and to say this SBA is not up to par, it means it's not up to par. It was literally just something you just kind of put together or whatever, right? Me no say never did all that, right? Me could have tell you that. No, me submit the SBA and that was supposed to be like a draft or something. No, I don't remember what did happen exactly, but I know is during that time my grandmother is dead, and point is that I was the one carrying the load of doing the SBA all on my own. I literally have to do the SBA all on my own. COVID coming and then all the stress is upon me. And that when me submit was supposed to be a draft, but that man was not a good teacher, because it was like February or whatever, and it very early, and you decided you're not taking any more SB and blah blah blah. And of course me explain my reasoning of what was going on in my life during that time and everything, and it is still early. Point is that it is still very early. The man never cared, the man never business, the man took the SB, and I believe that contributed to the grade I get, because the SB never made no sense, right? So that year I get a grade 3. Now all of the load was on me. No, it wasn't that, let me say now, follow instructions. Yes, partially. Because as I said before, me can look on the SBA and know that it wasn't done properly. Because obviously like certain things, like maybe the way how then you go the graphs a certain way or whatever the case may be, it wasn't done to that standard and me didn't know that, right? So, can I think me do the maths, oh yeah, I think a 20 to 20 was my SBA grade the second time going around, right? So point is that follow the instructions. Follow the instructions to the best of your ability, and if there's something going on, reach out to the teacher. Not all teachers will be accommodating when it as it relates to SBA. Some of them don't hear nothing. Them just want to mark one something, get it out of them way and move on with their life. Them really not care. Them just don't care, right? And as I tell you, my reason as to why my SBA graded low with all of the pressure necessary upon me, be very careful of the groups that you pick. So some people, the teacher will give you the option and say, all right, pick on the groups of 3, groups of 4, whatever the case may be, and then you might want to pick your friend, and you know your friend can't do nothing, and you know your friend won't do nothing. So you put yourself in that situation where all the work was on you, right? So point is that me that do the SB excuses when me that try reach out to get help from the other person in the group, nothing, right? So all the work was on me, the pressure was on me to try and do it basically, right? So that's that. Be very careful of your group members. Be careful of the people where you take yourself going a group with, and be very careful of people who now carry them a load, because me tell you say the work I got it for you. I understand everything is going to be on you want to complete all on your own. And that SBA that year, we didn't really sit down and do the garbage all on my own. But what happened afterwards was that we obviously did do a better one. We do a better one, correct what they did for correct on it. And that was when we realized the teacher did stay when we had the maths at the time, because it was still very early in the semester or whatever, right? Me emailed the man, I tried to explain to the man I did COVID, what was happening, the man never business, the man never want to hear anything, right? And so him decided him not take this way. Him not mark nothing, he said submit grade, and in a business he not do nothing again. That's basically what the man said. Right? So point is that be very careful of the group members that you pick, and also be careful that you're doing the right thing, following instructions if you don't understand. And this is something that a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people struggle with, because them get the SB and then I know what them I do. Them don't know what them I do. Them not the instructions them make sense. The teacher never very clear. Them don't know what them I do. And that's just it. And for you not know the way I do, you don't know what I do, you not do nothing. Right? So you get the SB and you wagga something together. You're not even did understand say this is supposed to do or whatever. You just do something, and that's what most people do. And that's why the SBA grade load. And you know that part of most SBA are between, call it 20-21%, somewhere there for most subjects, the SBA grade, right? And obviously it varies with each subject, but you get the point that the SBA grade is very important, because it can make the difference between you getting a grade 1, a grade 2, or a grade 3, or you failing 4, 5, or 6. You understand what I mean? So don't make you fail just because, don't fail just because of something so stupid like the SBA, because bear in mind, it is not a test. It is a project that you're completing. And in the case of people who do science and them have them lab books as in SB, me know the struggle, because me did do physics, chemistry, and biology, and I tell you, the worst thing if you have their lab book there and I complete them, right? Because it's not easy. You go to class every week at the labs. I do physics system with pendulum, and I lick pendulum, and I don't even know what I do in a physics class. Like looking at me, I don't know what I do in a physics class, right? But just please complete your SB. For the people who have lab book, do the book. Just do the book, because the exam will not be easy. It's science, it's biology, chemistry, physics, or if you do all 3, even worse, right? Do the lab book and complete it to the best of your ability. I think HSB start have a lab book now. Me never said the lab book before, so I don't know how the HSB lab book stay, but that's one thing that they changed. But so I don't know. I know how the lab book stay, because I never actually see it, because I already graduated before them change out all of that stuff. but you basically, you get a point. Focus on your SBA grade, getting a good SBA grade. Don't be nobody distract you. Don't pick an idiot to go in your group, and ensure that you follow the instructions to the best of your ability. Because when you fail, don't say, oh, the SBA, because sometimes, it's just the SBA grade push you into a fail, and you could have said, look, let me get the 3 and go on. Look, let me get the grade 2 and go on, no? It's very important. So just try your best and complete your SBA to the best of your ability. Try to do your SBA because I like 20 to 21% of your final grade. You understand? And bear in mind, you're not sitting a test yet. You understand? You might go into the exam, go write rubbish afterwards, but make the SBA alright. No, if that makes sense, right? So focus on getting a good SBA grade. No idiot group member. Following the instructions to the best of your ability, and just try to understand what you're doing to the best of your ability. Do it early so you can get feedback from your teacher. Not all teachers are going to be facilitating, but for those who are actually facilitating and want you to pass and them care about them pass marks, then submit it to them early, follow up with them early, and I'm sure that they'll be willing to help you with your SBA and stuff like that. Right, that's basically the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can comment them down below. And then of course there's a CXC study guide, rep study method, different CXC lessons, all that stuff. You can find those down below in the description. Anyways guys, this is the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye guys.